Let's take a look at making your mouse pointer larger so that you can see it on your screen. As you see now, my mouse pointer is kind of small, and for some people that might be difficult to see. Also, it's white on this colored background, and you can change that as well. I've turned on my magnifier so that you can see things a little bit bigger. If you'd like to know how to use the magnifier, that video was shown in the slide before this one, so you might want to go back and view that again to learn how to turn on the magnifier. In this lesson, we're going to talk about changing your mouse pointer. To do that, and again, this is for Windows XP, to do that, go down to, I'm going to turn on following my mouse cursor so you can follow me. Go down to the Start button, click the Start button, and in your Start, not in the Programs, in your Start area, there's a button for the Control Panel. You want to open your Control Panel, and in the Control Panel you'll see an icon for the mouse. Double-click on the mouse to open this window, and there we have the options for the mouse. I'm going to close my Control Panel so that's not quite as confusing, and move this over a little bit. Here is the window for my mouse properties, where I can change the properties for my mouse. We're going to talk about the Pointers tab and the Pointers Options tab. So I'll click on the Pointers tab, and you'll see in the Pointers tab I have the Scheme area, I have a Preview area, and then I have a Customize area. In the Scheme area, this is where you can choose any of the window schemes for your mouse. For instance, there's a dinosaur scheme, if you really like the dinosaur mouse. And there's lots of other schemes you can choose from. But what I'd like you to notice is over here in parentheses, behind the scheme name, if it just says scheme name, then those are normal size mouses. Notice here's one that says large, and there's one that says extra large, and here's one that says Windows Standard Extra Large. I'm going to click on that one and choose that, and notice that my mouse has gotten larger now. The preview is larger. The mouse on my screen hasn't changed because I haven't clicked Apply yet down here. But in the preview it's much bigger. Now once you've chosen a scheme, you can come down into the Customize area, and I think I'm going to turn off Follow My Mouse so that we're not getting seasick here. We can come down into the Customize area, and it shows you each of the different kinds of mouse pointers that are associated with the scheme. So it shows you the normal select, the help select, the working in background, and so on. And there's many more down here as you scroll down. If there are one of these mouse pointers in this scheme that you don't like, for instance, let's say I don't like the hourglass for the busy, I can choose it by clicking on it and then come down to the bottom area. I'm going to turn on Follow My Mouse again so you can follow me down here. Come down to the bottom area where it says Browse, and I can click on Browse, and it takes me to the library of all of the mouse icons that are loaded on your computer. So I can choose a different icon for the busy icon. And let's say I want the metronome instead of the hourglass, and then I can click Open, and now I have the metronome in here where the busy is. So you can choose a scheme, and then you can customize any of the parts in that scheme just by using Browse. Now again, it's not going to take effect on your computer until you click Apply or you click OK. If you click OK, the window closes. If you click Apply, your window stays open so you can make more choices, but it also applies the scheme that you've chosen. Let's take a look at the Pointer Options window. In the Pointer Options window, we have the Motion, Snap to, Visibility sections. In the Motion section, you can choose how fast your mouse moves across the screen. Mine's set pretty much in the middle right now. If your mouse on the computer you're using moves too fast for you to be able to see it, you can simply click and drag this and slow down your mouse. And see, it took effect immediately. Now my mouse is moving very slowly. Very slowly. Or I can move it back. I'd rather have mine in the middle. So change that according to your own preferences. In the next section, the Snap To section, there's a box you can click for automatically move pointer to the default button in a dialog box. For instance, if you were to open a web page, there's always a default button on that page, something that you would click first. And if you click this box, every time you enter that web page, your mouse will automatically jump right to that button, so you don't have to search for it with your mouse. And this works really well for people who have a hard time moving the mouse or seeing the mouse as well. But it jumps right to that default button every time, so that you don't have to move your mouse around to find it. The bottom area for visibility, the first choice you have is to display pointer trails. And what that does is puts a whole bunch of pointers behind your pointer so you can watch it move across the screen. It's not a shadow, it's actually more like copies of your pointer following your pointer around. And it does increase visibility and makes it easier to follow your pointer across the screen. So if you don't like slowing your pointer down, that kind of bothers you, but you have a hard time keeping up with it as it moves across the screen, you might want to turn on the pointer trails. Also, you have the option to hide the pointer while you're typing. If the pointer gets in the way, you can click this so that it will hide when you start typing. If you'd rather see your pointer even when you're typing, you'd want to take this little check mark off so that it's not hiding the pointer. And this last one is very useful for people who have a hard time finding the pointer on their screen. If you click this, then anytime you've lost your mouse pointer on your screen, you press the control button and a target will appear around your mouse and it will pulsate so that you can see it and find it easily on your screen. These are all options you have in the Windows XP version that you can use to change the pointer so that it's easier to see. You can enlarge it, change the icon, change the speed that it moves, and so on, and change how it behaves. So I encourage you to go in and try these and set your mouse options so that they're comfortable for you to see and use.